Alright, welcome back, Weather Kingdom. I hope everybody's doing great on this midnight here, pretty much. So we have some things to talk about. I know it's a late stream, but we have a lot to talk about here, so just give me one moment. All right, so we're going to be talking. All right, so we're going to be talking a little bit about this major snowcane. Okay, we have a lot to talk about here. This is just an amazing situation going on here. If you guys have been wishing for a monster blizzard, I mean, this is true as it can get here. We got the latest data here. I'm going to give you guys the winds. I'm going to give you guys the snow. And I'm going to give you guys as much stuff here as I can. So, welcome back, Chronic. Yes, I know you are happy that I am live. What is up, Green, Blue, Debbie? Hope you're doing well. I hope everyone's doing well. You guys can give me little names and everything. And we're going to be taking it here and watching this. This is truly a storm for the ages. All right, so thank you, Chronic, for the $2 donation. Thanks for going live. I really greatly appreciate it here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. If you really want to like the stream here, it will be very greatly appreciated. We're hoping we can get more people engaged with it. I know I haven't been so confident on the live streams and not so ejected into it, but I am really been trying. I've been working hard, so I really appreciate everybody coming and joining the stream here. So it's really greatly appreciated. I hope everybody's doing great. If you guys are new to the channel, please like and please subscribe. So we are going to be taking a look at all the model data. We're going to be taking a look at the potential and pretty much everything here. So just give me 1 second. I'm just getting some things situated here. We're getting more. I'm a pickle. Nice. Good for you. I've been working hard, so please go, everybody, like the stream right now. The quicker we can get the likes, the more people we can get engaged with the weather. I hope you guys are very big time ready for this, because we are going to be live for a little bit. It's late right now. Yes, I get it. It's late right now, but we're going to really get some people enjoyed into the stream here. I hope we can. That would just be an amazing thing here. My birthday tomorrow. Happy early birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, man. I hope that goes very well for you. We are going to be really talking about this. Just an amazing blizzard taking shape here. Happy birthday. I'm really glad you're just having I hope you have a great birthday, man. This is truly going to be an amazing blizzard for all the means here. I'm glad to hear that. I hope we can get more people engaged. We already got 6 likes. Let's get our goal up to 10 likes. And let's get some people engaged with the weather. So, I'm going to start it out here with the live stream. And we're going to take a look at the latest satellite imagery here. So, I want to quickly take a look here at the land. I want to take a look at the shortwave. And I kind of want to take a look what is going on here. And we clearly see what's going on. We got our little upper level trough coming back in here. Kind of a little bit of delayed right here, right? You kind of see our inverted trough really starting to endpoint back in here. But that's going to quickly change in the next coming hours. Okay, this is going to be a quick, evolving monster blizzard for everyone. Okay, Long Island, New York City, in many places across the area here. So we see our inverted trough here, and then we can kind of already see what is going on over here. So you guys see what's going on, right? We are starting to get some precip coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. We're getting some precip out in here. You can also getting precip from the Atlantic side. I'm expecting loads of snow in northeast New Jersey. Yes, you are. You're expecting that. And then you can kind of see where our nor'easter is going to develop. Our nor'easter is going to develop right in here where all these thunderstorms are. So we're already starting to see the process of the nor'easter take place. I'm expecting this to continue through the next couple hours and into tomorrow and in many areas. So where do I think is the best case scenario for the storm is easily the East Coast. We already know that. But let me start pinpointing some of the details. Okay, so this is the latest watches, warnings, advisories, and even blizzard warnings here. Okay, so we got winter storm warnings in pink. It seems like they've added a few more here. They also have extended blizzard warnings since the last live stream. We have them now all the way up in Boston. We have them back even into a county outside of Boston, into all of Rhode Island, and then even almost just south of Hartford, Connecticut, Danbury, White Plains, and then even into northeast New Jersey now. Okay, 20 inches in New York City. Yes, that is very possible. I do believe 20 inches is very possible. Even more snow is very likely out of this. And then we can see this go back into central New Jersey here, and then all the way even into the city of Philadelphia here. Okay, this is where we are the most confident for the more blizzard conditions out of this. And then we can also see back in here our winter storm warnings into Massachusetts, Connecticut, upstate New York, and into PA. That's where we are expecting conditions like blizzard, not consistency for the 3 hours, but I think they might even extend some of these blizzard warnings. I think they might even extend them a little bit like this. I really think they could at this given point. Pickleball is the only reason it gets it from the streaming. I know who in the game it's letting up no hope. Okay, yeah. Thank you for that. Let's make our goal up to 10 likes that we can even get more people engaged with this right now. I am currently really dying down the details here. We already have 9 likes. I really greatly appreciate it. Back in the blizzard warnings. Let me just take a look at some of these blizzard warnings. Look at this. Winds gusting as high as 45 miles an hour possible. 16 to 20 inches. And I just want to say New York City, where you just asked me what's going on there. Look at this. You have some pretty crazy stuff. Blizzard conditions are expected. 15 to 20 inches, highest amount across Long Island. Winds are going to be gusting 55. And then with isolated gusts up to 60 miles an hour on the east edge of Long Island, could even reach 65 miles an hour. That's almost hurricane force winds, and that is truly amazing. So major power outages. Even back in the eastern Pennsylvania, we're expecting winds gusting up to 45 to, I even believe, 50. Okay, some of these latest data are getting very interesting, and I could even see some of these being upped even more than previous thought. Okay, we got some very, very fun and interesting things here. So give me 1 second. I'm going to quickly do something with this live stream. We're going to kind of group this out even more a little bit. If you guys are new, please like, please subscribe. I hope everybody is enjoying this live stream. I am for sure hoping this live stream does go well. Snowicane, yes, Snowicane is very possible to be used. I think that's a really good one there too. So All right, let me... All right, let me go into winter weather. I'm just getting some more people into the weather worlds here. I know it's a late stream, but I know there's some people that is probably up still right now just wondering if I am going to go live for once. So let me just... Give me just one moment. I'm getting more people engaged with the weather here. All right. All right. Let me do that. And then that's going to be good for now. So, this storm is by V. Yes, this is truly a snow cane. This is our map here. And then, as you guys have been wanting to know, what is going to go on from this point over. So, what does the atmosphere look like? And this is it. So, this is our storm coming in. We got our trough, our little bit of a cold front right there. We are already starting to see millibar pressures drop off the coast. The quicker this happens, the quicker the strength happens, the more snow, more wind, and more the fun. I do expect by tomorrow morning, we are going to really start to be adding on to some of this. My brother touch inches my tablet. Oh, okay. Should I prepare for power outages? Yes. If you are in Long Island, I do believe you should prepare for power outages. And I do believe you should prepare to be inside for a very long time. Okay? That's a very likely scenario. So I think you guys should charge your phones and your tablets here. Okay? We are also going to be adding some more stuff here. Let me quickly do that here. So I appreciate it for 12 likes. Let's keep that going up. Let's make our new goal. Okay, 1 second. Let's do that, you guys. 20 likes and 10 new subs. Let's keep adding it on. So this is about 11 o'clock. This is about 11. So let me quickly go in here. I want to give you guys the right time frame and everything. Bram. So this is about 6 in the morning. Okay. This is the look around 6. We're starting to see some light snow. It's the day I call Snow King Day. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so someone did just ask Northern VA, just southwest of DC. I'm going to get your exact location because I'm going to search it up, and then I'm going to actually go to show you guys the... Okay, so Northern Virginia. I'm pretty sure I know what we're talking about. Okay, so it's southwest here of the Virginia's coast. So, if you're looking at Washington, D.C., you're looking about in this area, right? This is the area you're looking at, okay? It doesn't look too great. I do think you are going to get some, but I think you're going to get more of that back, and I think you can get that inverted trough. I think you can really get some snow there. The models do indicate it. I think the more is going to be the East Coast, but I do think you can get a bit of snow. I mean, it's not going to be crazy, but I think, 3 to 6, 4 to 8 inches is not out of the realm of possibility here for you. Some of the models are a little bit lower. Some of them are a little bit more. When we look in your area, yeah, see, this is why I like to go with the 3 to 6, the 4 to 8, because the NAM is the most aggressive with it. Watermelons is so yummy. I like it. My head is ass. Okay. W-I-E-R. Okay. And then you also... Okay, thank you. I would say 6, I would say 4 to 8 inches could low and 3 to 6. 4 to 8 high end. So I would give it, 3 to 6, 4 to 8. I would give it, 3 to 5 inches So middle ground will be like 3 to 5. And then 3 to 5 is your middle ground right there. So I hope you enjoyed that. Does anyone else have exact locations there also? I know we're going to get some more, but I want to keep pinpointing these exact details here for you guys, because I know we got some interesting stuff here. We're going to be taking place. So I said this is about, let's go into about 15 hours, right? We're going to go right into here. This is about 10 in the morning here. We're really starting to take it here across the coastal area. We're starting to strengthen our low right off the coastal areas. How much for northeast New Jersey? Do you think it could be possible for Western Long Island to get 3 feet, or possibly won't happen? I believe it's possible. I believe. Okay, how much are northeast New Jersey? So, when we take a look at northeast New Jersey, I know we've been talking about this. I kind of have a snowfall map. If you're talking about in this region, right near that blizzard warning, they're saying 13 to 18. I'm going with 12 to 18 on, I'm actually going a little bit more. I do believe 6, I think, you know, a good bet. I can really kind of believe here. I think I would go with 14 to, I don't know. I think it's possible 16 to 20 inches. I'm going to actually go with, I'm actually going to show you guys a snowfall map, okay? I wanted to go to Pixlr. I'm going to give you guys my thinking, okay? I really want to give you guys my thinking here across this. So we're going to kind of do this, and then I want to create new. Just give me a second. I'm actually going to one second. Let me do that ASMR. We're going to go north. Okay, we're going to do this because we're going to have a pretty healthy map here. And let's go back here. Let's get out of this one. Let's... Oh, come on. I kind of want to take Pixlr there. Alright, we're going to delete that one. Okay, let me quickly get a good map in here. Okay, let me just do that here. We're going to go to photo edit. We're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. So I want to kind of, well, let's go northeast. Oh. Alright, let's do... Give me 1 second. I'm really trying to... Alright, that's a... Okay, we're going to use this one here, you guys. Alright. Alright, so this is my snowfall map here. Hey, Weather Kingdom, Brooklyn, New York. We are getting 18 to 24 inches. This is my snowfall map. Okay, I'm going to actually kind of start drawing here. Give me 1 second. I want to give you guys my thinking. So I think personally, someone's going to get, I think this is how it's going to be. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be real honest here. All right. We're going to go, this is my kind of forecast here. I'm really believing someone across New Jersey is going to get, my area is not in it, VA. Yeah, not really. I really think someone's going to get 30 inches. I'm going to be honest. I think right, blue, come on. I would honestly go with 24 to 36 plus in a spot. I think somewhere in here. I really do believe this is your best spot here for 24 to 36 inches. Yeah. All right. I do believe in the red. Okay, this is going to be in the red. I think even these parts here, actually, we're going to go back. We're going to kind of add in some of these. I think some parts down. Oh, let me go back here. Oh, I really want to pinpoint this Weather Kingdom. What do you think about Doobie's PA? Is he getting hit or no? Where is that exactly at? Let me quickly, give me one moment. I'm going to quickly look right here for you. Oh, you guys are not really getting hit. Dobie's PA. You might get something, like a little bit, but no. You guys are just too far away from the storm. You guys are all over here. You guys might actually get some back up in here, but mountain snow, nothing too major that is out of the ordinary, but that's your forecast. So maybe a light hit, nothing too major. Also, I do want to say thank you for everybody that is liking and subscribing. We are at 14 likes. We are 6 likes away. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. So this is probably, I would say, 24 plus. I think this is your best spot. I'm going to honestly put it 24 plus. I think 2 feet. I believe in 2 feet plus. I'm pretty confident on that at this given point. I really am confident here. Let me go into here. This is 24 plus. I think that's my 24 plus right there. Okay, just making sure my friend is okay. Okay, yes. I think 24 plus across there. Okay. In this red, actually, I'm going to keep the yellow because I need to kind of do this here. We're going to have to select back on picture. I think somewhere along here is going to get, I think up here is also going to get some. How much you getting, Weather Kingdom? I am right now forecasting 16 to 20 inches for me. I think 16 to 20 inches is possible. Actually, no, I'm going with 12. So my original forecast was 12 to 18. But I think I'm going to go with 14 to 20. 14, I think more than that. Personally, in my opinion, I kind of have to wait and see. I think 2 feet there, you guys. I'm kind of making this on the dot. We're kind of talking about this blizzard. If you have any questions, whoever's joining in right now, feel free to ask. It'll be very greatly appreciated. All right, 24 plus there. So in the yellow, I'm expecting 24 plus. Okay, I think this is a very good possibility. All right. 24 plus. We are just making snowfall map here. This is my last and final snowfall map of the night. Okay, and then we're going to keep looking at the model data as we get more into this. This is my next one. I think I'm going to do a good dark red here. I think a lot of people are getting this one. This is going to be you're 18 to 24 inches. I think 18 to 24 inches is as good as you can get here. I think widespread up here. I think all of Connecticut. I think, that's, I want to do that, kind of not. I think that's as good as I'm going to get it. I think 18 to 24 inches right there is very, very possible. All right, just one moment, you guys. I think 18 to 24. Not gonna lie, I wish the load doesn't go down. Why do I keep getting freaking dominoes? Yeah, I know. Like, I think that's your confident. I think this is your easy. With all the data I am seeing, is this. All right, let me keep doing this. This is that. I think this is another good color here. I personally think 18 to, I think 16 to 24. I have to go with it. It's such a tough forecast. 16. I think 16 to 24. Okay. I think 16 to 20. That's like 10 inches different. 18 to 24. I just feel like that's too much. There, 16 to 20. I think I'm going to go with 16 to 20 here. I really wanted to go a little bit more. But I think in the 16 to 20, I think that's a fair call right there. 16 to 20 inches. And then I do think in the next color, what I'm about to show you guys is in the red. Watch this. I think here is going to be that 12 to 18 inches. I think I think 12 to 18 inches is pretty possible here as a snow forecast. Whoa. I do not think they have... Do they have blizzard warnings up in Maine? They might. No. They have that much more or less. Yeah, that's what I figured. This is my latest thinking. 18 to 24 there. No, I think right here is about that. I can see 16. I think 12 to 16. I think personally 12 to 16 inches. I'm going to go with that. I think actually 12 to 18. Such a tough forecast. I think 12 to 18 inches here. I can honestly see. This is such a tough. I actually might up this. I'm not even gonna lie. I think 20. I think I'm gonna have to up this. I think this could be 18. I think I'm gonna have to go with this. I think. Oh, nah, I think I'm gonna have to stick with that. I think 16 to 20. I think that's possible there. I think 24 is good there. 12 to 18 there. Yeah, I think that's going to be your snowfall forecast right then and there. And then I do think in the next one is dark blue. I think 6 to 12. Outside of that, I think it's possible. So let's go back in here. Let's do this. We're going to go right in here. We're going to. And then I do believe in the lighter color. I think 1 to 3. I can also see some 3 to 6s here too. Back in the mountains. I think this is as best as I can make it. Oh. Let me do that. Kind of watching this here. Why is it doing that? It's not fully connected. I think 3 to 6 is in there too. And then I think 1 to 3. Oh. I have to fix that. I think that's what's going to happen. I'm kind of giving you guys my latest thinking of the snowfall forecast tonight. I think that's that's pretty close of a forecast I can give you. And then I do think generally I think that's a very good forecast back in here. I think this is a general. Alright, I think I got it here. We're going to start making this. I think 6 to 8. 6 to 8 in here. I think back in the mountains is going to get 6 to 8 inches. I'm going to be pretty confident here on this forecast. I think 6 to 8 back in here with the mountains, because we're going to have some of that. And then I think 3 to 5 outside of that. I think 3 to 5. All right. That's pretty much my forecast. Yep. I think I'm going to have to, but then I'm going to have to, go 8 to 12. Yep. I'm going to have to do that. And then I think back in here is going to be 8 to 12. 8 to 12 inches back in here. That's my growing thinking right in here. So just give me you guys 1 second. I'm kind of pinpointing everything. Ooh. All right. And I think in this color is going to be that 6 to 8. All right. I think that's as good as you're going to get it. No, that's 3 to 5. Yeah, that's 3 to 5. I forgot. 3. I can see even 6 inches out of that. I can 3 to 5. I have to go with that. I think that's my forecast, you guys. That's my forecast. Can the models uptrend tonight with snow totals, or is it likely not? I think we're at this point where we know what this storm is. Storm looks to be developing a little bit more on radar. Some models show right now it's quite ADHD doesn't like. Yeah, I think this is a great forecast. You guys, I just made a forecast right on the dot with you guys. I think I want to show you guys some of the data, and then I might up these numbers. I might move some things around, but I think this is my safe call right here. Snow totals have been. This is my This is my call as of this moment. I think this is a good threshold here for the forecast to hold. Can this shift a little bit, this 24 a little bit up and down? I do believe. Could we see some mountain localized even more? Yes, I do believe. But I think this is a great forecast by now by me. All right, so now I want to take a look at some of the model data with you guys. So this is about 15 hours out. This is about 10 o'clock tomorrow. Okay, let's keep it going. This is about 11, 12 o'clock. We are going to start cooking up with the snowstorm. We're going to, thank you, Lord Ethan, for that. Do you think hurricane season is going to be active this year? I do believe hurricane season is going to be quite active this year. I think it's going to be very interesting this year. Also, we are at 19 likes. We're 1 like away from 20. So let's keep doing that. I think this is a great forecast by me. Do you think? Too slight. I think that's what I'm thinking right now. That's a pretty solid forecast. I think that's a very good call right there. What I just made. I think that's pretty good. This is the latest her, what it's thinking. Look at that. This is by 17. So this is by 12 o'clock. All right. 12 o'clock tomorrow. It's snowing pretty heavy. We got our nor'easter. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom. You are starting to cook it up here. This is by 5 o'clock in the afternoon. You got probably beginning blizzard conditions starting to shape out right in here. You got blizzard conditions starting to shape up. Looks very close to radar. Yeah. I think that's possible too. This is the blizzard conditions. This is our low starting to rapidly deepen. I want you guys to watch this millibar. All right. We're at 994 in this hour at 22. All right, so this is about 5 o'clock, right? We're at a 994. Just remember, 994 millibar storm. And let's watch this in 1 hour. Bam. You go from a 994 to a 993, right? Keep watching this. You go from a 993 to now a 990 millibar. 991. Almost. 990. You're talking about blizzard conditions rapidly forming along the coastal areas. All right. Rapid blizzard conditions starting to take over. We're going to have winds crashing on here. This is about 5 o'clock. And this is about, give or take, this is about 7 o'clock in the afternoon, in the evening. We are really starting to shake it up here with blizzard conditions. Right? 8. Let's watch out. We were at 991. We're now 988. So we're starting that rapid intensification. We got very, very strong winds here. Very, very strong winds. Most likely 40 to 50 mile an hour winds, blowing snow. We are just accumulating it. Thunder snow. Even has an eye feature on this. When you got this type of look, this looks like a hurricane. And it's amazing how this is looking on the radar. So this is about, once again, 8 o'clock tomorrow. Okay? I want you guys to keep watching this millibar pressure. 988 millibars, okay? We go 1 more hour, and we are at about 987, okay? Really starting to deepen. This nor'easter is really starting to take place. We're talking about very, very strong winds and stuff. Then we keep dropping. This is when we really start to drop it. We're at a 982. So we just went from a 988 to a 982 in 1 hour. This one we are rapidly dropping this. We got intense banding. We get this down to a 979 right here. This could be stronger, give or take. And then look at this. This is at 975 millibar pressure. This has an eye wall, okay? A complete eye wall forming. We got a eye forming on satellite too. We got very strong winds. This is a full-blown fledged nor'easter, aka snowicane, okay? We're calling the snowicane. And then just watch the pressures continue to drop. We are continuing to drop it even lower at this given point. And then just keep watching this. We are down to 966 millibars right here. This is a full-fledged monster blizzard on the Her. And remember, this is 32 hours out. Okay, so we are... This is by 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning. Okay, 3 in the morning. So, an all-night blizzard is very likely. This is 4 in the morning, okay? Still a full-blown blizzard. You're at 965 millibars. Wow. And when you thought that was on, it is at 964 millibars now. 964 millibars. That's truly an amazing drop of pressure. You do not see it this often. And then this is where it starts to bottom out. At 965, 964 millibars. And this is by 36 hours. All right. This is by 7 in the morning. You're still talking about some major blizzard conditions just slamming in. This is by 6 in the morning. 7, 8, 9, 10. By 10 in the morning, you're still talking about a blizzard. Okay, you're still talking about some crazy blizzard. I think this could go either way. Is that low did go down, then VA, PA, Maryland would get hit harder. Like, bro. Yeah, very interesting stuff here. Quicker this intensifies, it'll be something. We still be talking about snow showers throughout Monday. It's 42 hours out. This is in the afternoon. You still got some bands of snow. It's going to be tough to break off here. There's going to be some interesting snow and some very strong winds, and then that cold air and more. But wow, this is the full-fledged blizzard. And when we take a look at total snowfall, okay, I want you guys to be very interested. Look at that. That's pretty crazy. You are talking about some crazy totals. Across New Jersey here, you got up to 33 inches. You got New York City about 20 inches. Long Island, 22 to 24 inches. You got Philadelphia about 2 feet. You got southern Pennsylvania about 20 to 24 inches. And you got even the Lehigh Valley about 15 to 18 inches. And then once again, right up in here, up to almost 3 feet of snow on your latest HER. This is that latest HER model, okay? This is a little bit better, I think, the Courage kind of, do you think? Yes, I do think they will be close. But you see how some of these mountains could enhance these 2 feet totals to almost 3 feet? Even central New Jersey past 2 feet. Very interesting stuff here. Even over here, I think that's another very big possibility. 20 plus inches there. This is the HER model, okay? Some very interesting totals right there, okay? And then your wind gusts. I really want to alarm this, okay? So, I want to go back here. This is by 12 o'clock, okay? 12 o'clock, you are going to get windy. This storm is going to quickly get windy. It's going to get going pretty damn well, pretty quick. You're already talking about 20-mile-an-hour winds throughout the morning commute. You're going to really get that high end. I don't think that's the high end. I think the high end at this is 3 feet. I think there's a possibility. Can you get up almost to 40 inches along the coast? I do believe there is a possibility with this type of storm. Very interesting stuff here, okay? Take this with a grain of salt. I'm going to be showing you guys my snowfall forecast map. We're really going to be watching this, okay? Also, if you guys are new, please like, please subscribe. I've been telling you guys this. This is about 12 o'clock. This is 1 o'clock, okay? I want to keep taking this in with you guys, okay? Look at these winds, especially overnight. Possibility, can you get up almost to 40 inches? Okay, sorry about that, you guys. I don't know why it played right there. But look at some of these winds along the coastal regions. This is our nor'easter developed just off the coast. 60-mile-an-hour winds. That's knots. That's almost 70 miles an hour just off the shoreline here. And watch this explode. You're talking about 40 knots. This is right here. All right. Right in this darker blue is 50 plus. All right. This is 50 plus mile an hour wind sustained wind gust. Back in here, this is about 40 to 45. All right. Back in here is about 40 to 45. All right. 45. All right. To 50. It's pretty crazy. Look at some of these off here. 90 knots. 90 miles an hour. And look at some of these winds as this nor'easter keeps cooking. We are talking about easily 50 miles an hour all along here. Even New Jersey getting up to almost 60 miles an hour sustained gust, okay? Along Long Island, 60 to 70 mile an hour winds is very possible. New York City, 50 to 60, okay? Really intense storm. Even afterwards, some very strong wind gusts. A lot to take in place. A lot of wind and a very heavy, wet snow. I really want you guys to really take a careful look at this. Even for New England. I mean, you're talking about easily 60 miles an hour winds, making it pretty far inland. Okay, this is only one model. I mean, at this point, we're pretty locked in here. And it's snowing like crazy. This is a full-fledged blizzard at its fullest, right? Dew points will get will be not crazy dry, but there will be wet snow most likely, okay? I really want you guys to keep an eye on that. Also, if you guys are new, please like the stream. Let's get up to 30. Let's get up to, we just hit 20. All right. Let's do this, you guys, right there. Boom. This is our wind gust. Very, very strong wind gust at this given point. Snow ratio is pretty crazy. I think that's a very good possibility. That's out of the herd. Okay, we're going to take a look at some of the others. This is the NamNest. Okay, very important model here too. About the same time, we're looking at 10 hours out. Okay, so 17. Let's go. Wow. So it's a little bit quicker. This actually might be a little bit better of a one. All right. We're talking about some pretty crazy stuff here. And then this snowstorm really starts to ramp up by the morning time and afternoon. Morning, it's going to snow. Okay. It's going to be at light to moderate snow. You're going to notice something is on the horizon. You might be like, it's not even snowing, but it's definitely going to start kicking up pretty quick. And then watch this. This is by 23 hours at this point. This is by 6 o'clock in the evening. This is when the blizzard just really starts to take off here. This is screaming blizzard. This is your low, especially at night. Overnight's going to be really bad here. Wow. 993 millibars. Just watch this pressure drop too. So we just said this is 6 o'clock, right? We're going to go to, this is 7 o'clock. We just dropped 4 millibars on the NAM model. How long do you think schools can be closed in Western Long Island? I think Mondays and Tuesday, 2 hour delay Wednesday. But I could even see Wednesday you being off too as a possibility. Just keeping that in mind, okay? All right, something to keep an eye on. All right, let me keep going here. Okay, yeah, no problem. Wow, truly a hurricane here on the model. And then you can kind of see the NAM continues, and I mean, damn. You're looking at 982, and you just start dropping this pressure. I mean, you're looking at 965 millibars by the end of this full twist here. Pretty crazy stuff. This is by 36 hours here. This is by 7 in the morning on Monday. You're still talking about blizzard conditions across your morning commute. Yeah, I'll take a look at the Euro model in just a second. Euro has been on the low end, but we'll see if they have upped anything. Cave to GFS. No surprise. This is by 43. All right. Yeah, we're still going to be talking about some snow showers. More like snow squalls, because it's still going to be windy. Some snow squalls still taking in place here. It's going to take a little bit to completely break this off. All right. Pretty crazy stuff. Your winds. Ooh. Your winds on this is going to be nasty too. Look at this storm. 50 miles an hour. looking very likely, especially across New Jersey, New York, coastal regions, and especially in New England and off. But truly an amazing storm. Total snow accumulations. Oh my. This is another one. Keeping your mind out for, you know, a good up to 18 inches is possible. But, you know, across New Jersey, I think there's going to be 3 feet's your threshold. I think there's another great namness, you know, up in the mountains here where it snows a little bit even colder, 30 inches possible. Along the coastal, I think central New Jersey is in the likelihood of 2 feet of snow. I think Philly also. But then when you took your 10-1 ratios, you kind of see this playing out a little bit on the left side. All right. A NAM model, though, is a little bit on the crazy side. It likes to see truly an remarkable snow event. I think this is just overdone a bit. I mean, this is even the courage. You got all of central New Jersey up to 2 to 3 feet here, even in New York City. I think the NAM is if the NAM happened, this is the most aggressive possibility it can be. You got these areas here almost 45. You got almost 3 to 4 feet of snow here in New Jersey. Back in eastern Pennsylvania, a solid 24 to 30 inches. This is as worse as it can get in this scenario. I think the NAM is a little overdone. I think the other ones got a little bit better. But that's the outlier of this all. The 03Z also shows the same thing, the blizzard. And then your snowfall here too. You can tell somewhere in central New Jersey, I think 20 to 24 inches is possible. And then I do think, you know, up even into the mountains of the Poconos, wants to see 30 inches on most of the models, even upstate New York and stuff. So we have to really watch this. This is going to be a very interesting set here, okay, on the model data. So I know you said the Euro has pretty much caved in on the solution. I just want to see what does it look like on precip here of the Euro, even though we are getting closer to the storm. Yeah, pretty much at this given point, almost a complete cave. Still on the lesser solution. I'm not buying this at all. I mean, it's still on the it has gone up. You're now looking at, as they were saying, about 6 inches. Now it's looking like 8 inches in my area. And then this is the lowest possibility. I do not think this is going to happen. I think a lot more, in my opinion. But now, Euro can do what it wants, okay? The RGM model is another good model. It does a pretty decent job sometimes. It has continued to cave into the modeling here too. So we have to keep that in mind. Canadian. Let me show you, oh my goodness, look at that satellite. The similar satellite and radar here. You get a full-blown eye to develop here. Look at this. You got an eye wall completely developing around the center of low pressure. Pretty crazy stuff when you see this on the model data. Something to keep an eye out on. And then 0Z on the her. Look at the her. Full-blown eye and everything. Really nice. Even the GFS here. Looking like a hurricane. Go in the bag, great stream. Thank you. Thank you. Very greatly appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Like I said, I think these are going to be a little bit updated soon. These are probably going to update once again in the morning. They usually do that in the morning. I can see blizzard warnings getting into Philly. I do believe with the latest trending. Maybe not. I don't know. But something pretty big tells me why not. So, this is pretty crazy here. Someone said you are going to get incredible snowfall rates overnight into Monday. Almost has a 2016 flair to it, which is the heaviest snow fell when everyone was sleeping. Yep. Widespread power outages are likely with this upcoming blizzard, and they could be on the level much greater than we're used to seeing with most winter storms. Why? 4 factors will come together perfectly to create an unusual end threat. Surface temperatures will start off above freezing. This is a big thing here. Take this with a big thing. I really agree, actually, with this Matthew post. Surface temperatures will start off freezing to almost everybody Sunday afternoon above. This means most places either starts off with briefly as rain or very briefly as some snow that's just wet on surfaces and doesn't cover them. However, temperatures aloft where the snow is made up in the atmosphere and extreme cold with the storm edges too. They not just below freezing, they're well below freezing, even right below down to the coast. This means everything will fall as snow. That's a good thing. The snow will become extremely heavy. Imagery which will drag down the colder air from the air of the atmosphere, cause large accumulations to stick on additional wet surfaces like cake batter. This will weigh down trees, limbs, and power lines. Then comes the knockout punch. The extreme high wind gusts could be on the border to 60 to 75 miles an hour along the coastal regions, in locations from eastern New Jersey through Boston. Okay, that's another very important thing. And then we also do see when these high winds start, batter already stressed tree limbs and power lights. The lights will go out for hundreds and thousands of customers. This is actually a great tweet by him. You can clearly see the temperatures will start about above freezing. We are about at 34 degrees. So temperatures are above freezing. That initial snow is going to be wet. Very wet. Okay. And then we can see in the image too, this is that cold air that comes in. And then boom. Our winds here. Along the Jersey coast, probably up to 60 to 70. Some of these central here is picking up 60 miles an hour. That's actually where I'm about to be at tomorrow. Some of these bands can bring up to 60 mile an hour wind gusts. Pretty crazy stuff here that I'm finding out right here, okay? Ends up right over. All right. All right. I'm just looking at some of these. Oh, another. Oh, another thing I want to talk about. All right. Winter weather advisory for you. Okay. Nice. I want to talk about the frontal genesis of this storm, too. So what is frontal genesis? It's the precip that falls. This is about 700 millibars up in the atmosphere. That means 700 feet up in the atmosphere, almost 1,000. This is the pressure gradient and how fast the moisture is going to be coming down. Adams WX, nice to see you. Hello, I hope you're doing well. We're doing great here. We're kind of just cruising here, talking about the weather. We're adding some things. Also, I do want to appreciate for our new 2 subscribers. Really greatly appreciate it. And also, thank you guys for all the help on this channel. I really greatly appreciate that. I'm kind of right now just going over some Twitter's posts, kind of covering as much. We're going to be live for a little bit more because I do need to get some sleep for tomorrow. Because I have a long day ahead of me. And already radar is pointing out some pretty heavy snowfall. Or some wet snow, I like to call it. Let me quickly, I want to look at something. Because I want to look at Allentown, PA. I want to see if this is falling or not. What platform are you using for able screen share? Oh, I'm using OBS. Oh, OBS. Yeah, so I do want to show you here. I'm going to actually get something for you guys. I'm going to show you guys a live camera. So, I want you guys to take a look at the weather channel. I want to show you guys the radar quickly. Allentown, Alright. I want to show you guys the quick radar on this because this precip is falling. Okay. I just want to give you guys a warning. This is precip back out in western Pennsylvania. This is our developing nor'easter. This is going to really start to develop. But this is back in western Pennsylvania here. And look what we got here, our little friend here. Adding it in. It is snowing pretty good. Big flakes, heavy wet snow accumulating. That's what I'm going to be expecting tomorrow. Because look at this, you guys. Some pretty intense snowfall back in Allentown, PA, right here in Allentown. This is a little bit mountainous, but some of the snowfall is making it to the ground. So I do want to give you guys that update on radar right there. And then this is by 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning. We'll have to see how this continues to play off. And then we get our setting up storm here pretty nicely. Okay. I just want to give you guys that little bit of an update. And then I do want to go back here. And I do want to... The snow is almost here on my radar. Alright, let me keep going here. My area gets rain all day, then snow. Nice. Alright. I was using something before. It was the wrap. No. Oh, the frontal genesis. I want to talk a little bit about this too here. Also, I do want to appreciate for everybody tuning into the stream. Thank you guys. I really, really appreciate it. Look at this frontal genesis that's going to set up. This by 1 o'clock. It's not going to be crazy, right? Not crazy stuff. But your 850s are going to be there. You're going to start getting your precip. It's going to be wet snow, right? All right. Watch as this nor'easter grows. This is by 4 o'clock. The darker the red, the tighter the purple, is the heavier the precip. Those 2 to 4 inch an hour rates is possible. Look at what the NAM does. This is by 4 o'clock, right? You're starting to get that nor'easter really kicking. You're like, okay, game on. You just go in 1 hour. Those numbers just keep on tightening. Talking about some pretty good snowfall rates through 6 o'clock. Pretty heavy snow. This is by 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. And then you really start cooking on these bands. I mean, look at this frontal genesis on the NAM. I mean, I want you guys to just take a look at this here. All right. 6 a.m. gets heavy rain. All right. Nice to see that or hear that. And then look at this. The frontal genesis from 9. So I want to go back here. This is about when the frontal genesis starts. About, you're going to be looking at 4 o'clock, starting to get into it. Thank you, Joseph, for the $10 donation. Very greatly appreciate that. Means a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Very greatly appreciate that. Also, another thing, this is the frontal genesis. So this is about 4 o'clock p.m. And basically the frontal genesis, the darker the red, tighter the purple, the heavier snowfall. Okay? This is 4 o'clock. We're going to now go to 5 o'clock. All right? Just watch this where I just circled. 5 o'clock. You really start seeing that. 6 o'clock, 7, 8. Watch this. You go from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock. It sits over southern Pennsylvania, central New Jersey, even eastern Pennsylvania, northeastern Pennsylvania. And then look at this. 10 o'clock doesn't even move really. 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock just continues to sit for not just 1 hour. You're talking about several hours of some very, very heavy wet snow that's going to eventually start turning into powdery snow towards the end of the system. But most of this is a heavy, wet snow, okay? And then we do talk about, this is 1 o'clock, still by 2 in the morning. And then we reinforce that by 3, 4, look at that, 5, 6, an all-out blizzard all night, especially across eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And then you have to, so you got 3 to 4 inches in hour rates here, right? Then, when you take a look at this, then, so I really want you guys to really just think here. We're talking about 2 to 4 inches an hour, right? But look at the wind gusts here. This is in knots, okay, knots. And you're talking about 50 to almost 60 mile an hour winds sustained. Well, you have to add like 5 miles an hour from the knots. You're talking about all of New Jersey up to 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. Eastern Pennsylvania, 40 to 50. Even I can see a few gusts in the higher elevations up to 55 miles an hour. And then along the coast up to almost 70 or so miles an hour. So you don't got just 4 inches an hour, 2, 4 inches an hour. Now you have to add in to some damaging 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. Even 40 is still very bad on top of very wet snow. And what's going to really suck on this is your trees, those pine trees. So you're going to get a good few hours of this wet snow without too much wind, and it's going to accumulate onto those trees and power lines. And then you're going to start getting into that wind and the heavier snowfall. And when you have the snow sticking onto the tree branches in the beginning and then get that wind, that's when you're talking about some major potential power outages, especially as you get closer to the coast, okay? Very interesting stuff here. Something to keep an eye. But watch this frontal genesis. Let's get back to here, okay? This is about 6 in the morning here, right? I'm going to go back here, and we're going to kind of just go back here, all right? Like I said, like from 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock. That's when the frontal genesis really begins. Watch how this happens all night. Just continues to rotate with this really cool dynamic system playing in place here, right? This is by 7 in the morning, okay? 7 in the morning on your Monday. And you're still talking about blizzard conditions, most likely. That is from 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That's almost 10 hours to 12 hours, period, of potential 2+ inches an hour with some very damaging 50 to 60 mile an hour winds. Wet snow is apparently more heavy than ice, what I've heard. It's very wet. Some of these areas are going to be very wet snow. That's the really worrying part of this. A lot on your back and a lot on that, okay? And then watch this. You start to light it up around 10. You finally, by 1 o'clock, you start to get those lighter, but you still got some of those bands there. All right, this is a very good model to look at for the frontal genesis here. We got some other, like the NAMNIS. The NAM 3 cam. Look how that just sits over some of these areas for a really long time. Really crazy on some of these model datas. And then we can even look at this one here. Let's get into zeros. This is actually 4Z. Let's just take a look at the fun of it. Yeah, by 5 o'clock tomorrow, very, very heavy snow starting to break out. I really wonder how tonight's going to go with some of that wet snow. I think tomorrow morning, you're going to see that wet snow starting to accumulate slowly, and then you're going to get it more rapid throughout your morning commute around 11, 12, and then really start getting those heavier snowfall and that wind to kick up around, 1, 2, 3. And then on that is probably blizzard conditions for most of the area, especially the closer you get to the coast, okay? Very interesting stuff there, right? I want to take a look at some other frontal genesis. I know there's some other models here too. For an example, the GFS, really agreeing on that throughout. See, another very important thing. Look, 1 o'clock. Then this is by 7 o'clock. You're already in that frontal genesis. But look, you go from 7 p.m. to 1 in the morning. It only gets more rapid. That's 7 o'clock on the GFS. So you're looking at 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. That's already 6 hours of pretty intense snowfall rates and very, very strong winds. And then even going into 7 in the morning, you still got some frontal genesis over you and very heavy precip going on, okay? Some very interesting information here. Damn, that sucks. Oh, yeah, thank you guys for 30 likes. I really appreciate it. Let's keep getting more likes. Let's keep subscribing here. Kind of just talking pretty big about this blizzard here. All right, I kind of talked about the frontal genesis. I kind of talked a bit about their being very heavy wet snow. So, what does my forecast look like? I know some people haven't seen it, but I do have a forecast here. This is my forecast. I think actually this is a pretty good forecast. I think, especially across Boston, Eastern Mass, where those winds are just going to be ripping, I think most likely 24 plus. Even across New Jersey and southern Pennsylvania, I think we could definitely see some 24 plus. I'm not even going to lie. I think I'm going to have to do it here. I'm going to have to actually add a color. All right. I really think there's a possibility, okay? Take this with a grain of salt. But with the latest data I've been watching with you guys, okay? We're going to make it small here. I want to touch this up just a little bit, okay? Nothing crazy. But I do want to touch it up here. I'm actually going to add a little bit, all right? I want to add something over here. I really am starting to think with some of the data that's being shown, it is possible, okay? I think 18 to 24 inch. I think 16 to 24. 16, I would say more like, I think right in here, let me quickly draw this out. I think right in there, right? I think in the Pocono Mountains, you're going to see 16 to 24 inches. I'm pretty confident on that now. I think that's a safe bet as of right now. I think 16 to 24 in the Pocono Mountains. I think you're going to get 2 feet. All right. I think that's really possible. I honestly, I'm not going to go with 24. I don't think I'm going to go with 36 plus. It's just not too much support on it. I would like to see the morning runs, though. How that looks on the analyze. Your refresh on radar here. When we take a look at this. There's the snow starting to kick up. Some of the snow pretty heavy and wet. Alright. This by 7 in the morning. You're starting to wake it up. I think this could be even more filled in on the way the radar is looking tonight. I think this is a great forecast. Could we see a little bit of changes? At this point, it's pretty hard at this given point, but I think 16 to 24 in the dark red is really well. I don't see it being nudged too much farther. If anything, yeah, I think that's pretty good of a snowfall. I think that's a pretty good forecast. I'm definitely going to post it tonight all over my Twitters and stuff. But this is as good as you can get as a snowstorm. Pretty intense snow. Pretty crazy stuff. Also, what I'm also noticing on this, okay, take this with a grain of salt, but look. This is 0Z. This is 5Z. 0, 5. Maybe developing. All right, thank you, Joseph, with another. Do you play video games? No. No, I really don't. Thank you. Thank you for that. Not often. I think that's a really good safe call bet right there with the snowfall forecast. I'm honestly going to also add some other stuff. I think I kind of want to add it because, you know, I want to show you guys something else is power outages. Power outages are going to be very largely big into this system too. Like I said, very, very heavy, wet snow, okay? I want to see if they do have the winds there. They have the blizzard. They definitely got the winds. 40 to 50. I think that's a really good call. And then 50 to 60 in New Jersey. And then we clearly see that snowfall. Power outages, I think, is going to be more widespread. With the looks of radar and stuff, okay? Let me go back in here. All right. I'm going to add another pixeler here. I'm going to actually add another map. We're going to do another map here. I kind of... All right. Let's see here. Yeah, that sucks. I don't know why it's not. One second. I'm just getting this set up. I kind of want to show you guys the power outages here too. Alright. I want to show you guys the power outages risk with this storm here. Pretty well dominant. Alright. I think your greatest power outages risk is right now, I will have to say, I think that's your greatest. I think that's honestly your greatest power outage risk. Right in that red. And I do think in oranges. I think that's high, medium, and then I think we even have a small here. I think it's a close call. With the winds, I can really see it. I can see some areas. I think that's pretty good of a forecast. Honestly, I don't want to go too far here, but I don't know. This is how I see the power outages map. Right in here. Just give me 1 minute. I want to kind of get this all set up with you guys. So we're just going to take this in here. Huh. Why is it doing that? Alright, now I got the power outages risk. I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much. I'm kind of just making a map right now, currently. I'm showing you guys, I want to show you guys and make maps with you guys. We're watching a historic snowstorm for the region here, and I really want to get this all said and done tonight. That I can kind of get used to this. Huh. I'm going to have to do that. That sucks. Well, I did not mean to do that. I am not the greatest with this app. Don't worry. We'll make it there. Alright, that's better. And then we're going to go to orange. And then we're going to kind of do like, oh my god. Why is it doing that? That's kind of annoying, but we'll make this work. Alright, let's see this. We're going to kind of wheel. And then we're going to wheel. Wait, no. Oh my god. I didn't use the best map. Alright. Alright, that's good. And then we're going to use red. Okay. Let's fix that. I don't know why it's doing that. It never does this, but we're just going to have to. Ooh, ram. Yeah, right in there. I think that's your power outages. Alright. That's your greatest. The darker the red, the greater the chance. Wait. I'm going to have to add another one. I think we're going to even have higher. Especially with that 30 inches. It's going to be right at extreme coastal. It's going to be very high. Yep. Give me 1 second. Boom. I think I shouldn't have used. Let's go. We're going to put very high. Weather Kingdom, what is your Twitter? Alright, 1 second. Give me 1 moment. I'm actually going to put it in the link below. No. Profile. We're gonna... Yeah, this is my Twitter here. I'm going to actually put it right in here. Hopefully you do get enjoyed into the channel here. I wish I could kind of just share it, but YouTube doesn't do that. So, can't help it with there. But, this is my snowfall map. For anyone that's new, hatchet. Okay, this is my snowfall forecast. I think if you guys are in the Pocono Mountains, I think any mountains, even Blue Mountain, I think you guys could even see 16 to 24 inches, especially in the mountains. I think overall 12 to 18 inches across eastern Pennsylvania. As you enter the borderline with New Jersey, I think that's when you get your more confidence of that 16 to 24 inches. And then I do believe there is going to be some spots of 24 plus inches with the latest model data that I have seen. So, we'll have to wait and see on that. 8 to 12 in the darker blue. And then back in the Appalachian Mountains, 6 to 8. And then 3 to 5 outside of that. It's because we have an inverted trough. Could I see isolated 8 plus in the Appalachian Mountains? Yes. But I think this is a solid snowfall forecast with all the data I've come to tonight. And all the data has been shown. Okay? Very good data. I'm pretty proud of myself right now with this. And then, to add on to this, we got another map here. Very likely. Yes, I did follow you guys back. Hopefully, you guys are very likely here. This is going to be in that color right there. I need to go quickly. Let me be back in just 1 second. Alright. And then, let me just quickly fix this up. I'm sorry about leaving it on like that. We're going to go like this. Very likely. Let's go down just a little bit. We're going to kind of balls that out. Yeah, very likely in that darker yellow is right along the coast. That's very likely for power outages. Yes. Accepted. Yep, no problem on that. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, please like, please subscribe. We are doing great for especially this time. We have 30 likes. We have actually gained some subscribers. Very greatly appreciated. Been chatting with you guys. Kind of been just all over the place with this storm. Giving you guys some latest information and stuff. Low. I think in here it's going to be very, I think high. I think high in there. Let me just quickly make this white right there. And then this is moderates. And then low. Just fixing this up right here. So do not worry. And then we can kind of see what's going on here. Bram. And then moderate. I think that's a very good power outages forecast now. Power outages. I think that's a very good likelihood of that going on. We're going to make this big. We're going to do that. Boom. Power outages right in here. And that's very good. So we got our two maps here of the snow. I could technically make it here too, but I think I'm going to... I can technically make another one for the wind. Alright. Do you guys want wind forecast? Alright. You guys, please check the chat. I'm asking a good question there. While I want to see what else is going on, people are probably kind of quiet right now. Very long day ahead. All right. Anyone else? I need some more replies to it. What is the blend of models? Huh. I wonder what the sheriffs is showing. It seemed like they just going out right now. So this is the sheriffs, the blend of pretty much a lot of the models. I mean, this is a solid 15, 16 inches. Along the coast, up to 24 inches, 2 feet of snow. Alright, anyone else will like that? If you guys do, feel free. This is the blend of some of the model data. 24 inches. This is actually brand new, fresh at 3Z here. So, that's very important. The her is fully almost out. And look what it has to share. Huh. A little bit different there. Alright. truly amazing looking storm. That's for sure. No, I do not know the game. Alright. I'm just looking at some of the latest data. Looking at some of the trending. If there is any. I think we're kind of locked in on this one, you guys. There's not much. This is the mean overall. 22 inches on your 50 ensembles or 20 ensembles. Your 20 different models on this one. Pretty solid there. I'm interested. Like and subscribe. Thank you. Very greatly appreciate extreme weather. Why do you have your caps on? Seems like you're yelling. No, I'm not. My fault. Alright, you guys, I'm going to make one more map, and seems like everybody that has been asking, they have been asking for me to do a bigger thing here. No problem there. We're going to make another map. Alright, we're going to do it. And then I'm going to kind of post this all over, but let's take a look at the snow. Yeah, it's continuing to... It's forming pretty well here. Everything's forming pretty well here. There's not much I could complain at this given point. Still average is not. Alright, I'll fix it up. I'm going to be ending the stream in the next 20 minutes. I'm just getting the Pixlr. I need the app. I'm going to do one more map for you guys. And that's the wind forecast. That one shouldn't be too bad. And then I'm going to kind of go over it one more time and then kind of end the stream. Post it all over. Get it going. And then head to bed. And probably sleep in a little bit. So that I can get some good sleep. That's the game plan with what I'm thinking right now. So, be snowing by the morning and game time will begin to fall in. So, a lot ahead for sure. Truly for sure. So, this is going to be for extreme wind. I'm just going to use this color here. I'm going to actually use... Alright, I think that's going to be your 65 plus, okay? That color I just made is going to be your 65 plus, alright? This is going to be your 60 plus. And then I do think in the Lighter red. It's going to be your 50. That's going to be your like 55. The stream is really good. Thank you. Really. Thank you. Really greatly appreciate that, man. Glad to hear. This is going to be like your 40 plus. All right. So we're going to kind of start coloring this in. Oh, see what I mean? Why is it doing that? I just don't know why. One second. I'm kind of making the map right now. I really greatly appreciate that. Why are you doing that? Yeah. It's just this being dumb. And then this is going to be your darkest red. Let me quickly make the lining here. I'm really mad because I can't stream until I'm 16 plus. Used to let me stream without parents at 13 plus. Nice. Whoa. What? Why are you painting the whole damn map? I don't know why it's being so dumb. Good. Now it is. This is going to be your 65 plus. Yeah, actually, I think that could be 70. I think I'm going to go with 70. 70 plus. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest right there. Yeah. Come on. Just get out of my way. Alright. Thank you. Alright. Alright, I am currently watching the radar. I have a feeling that the low that potentially is going to develop could possibly develop a little late and offshore further than expected. The front and central. Alright, good thinking. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's going to set up like it should. But we'll have to wait and see. I mean, the low still develops into a monster off the coast here. We'll have to wait and see. I'm looking at the weather. How can it snow? It's not 32. It will be dropping. let me finish up my map here. I want to finish this up. I think 60 plus. Yeah, 60 plus. I ain't 50 plus here. All right. I had to do it like that. I'm in the red. Yeah. This is the win. Pretty confident in that. I think that's a good win. Pretty confident. Because the snow can fall out of the sky, then melt, but on the way down, if it's warmer, it's going to freeze. But if it's ground below 32, it will freeze. Right? Yep, exactly. Thank you. Agreed. Thank you for that. Oh, my. All right, give me 1 second. And Gus has to wait. All right. All right. So I think that's the wind gust forecast, you guys. I can see 7. That's crazy. I mean, look, you guys. This is really a possibility here. I want to be honest. Wind gust possibilities. We're going to post this all over Twitter now. We're going to start getting the... I need this one. I need snowfall. Let's actually... yeah. Snowfall map. I think this is a very good forecast. Well, Wait 1 second. Let me quickly fix this up here. Oh, nope. Did not mean to do that. Well. Yeah, I have to fix that a little bit. Oh. Well. Yup. Every little dot is... Nope. Yep, I just have to double check below that performs. I think that's a great forecast. Outages. Outages. Brains. You telling me we could get 24 plus inches? And then this is the very likely of power outages too. Brain. If you like, I can give you your forecast. Town. Forecast. I'm going to do that, but I do want to go to Twitter quickly and post this all right here. I got some good screenshots here. Bram. We're going to add that. We're going to do this one over here. And then we're going to add the snowfall one. Final. There it is, you guys. Final forecast. It's all over now on Twitter. So if you guys want me to check that out, feel free. All the maps are there and everything. The most snow I've seen in New Jersey was 32, but a few with 20 plus 2. Yeah. Is it snowing heavy there? Let's see. Damn, it is snowing even heavier over there. This is in Allentown, PA right now. That's the snow back in here. We're going to have to keep an eye on this. The snow continues to explode, and the atmosphere is very moist, too, right now. So I do expect some of the snow to help this out. This is by 3. We'll see what it looks like when I wake up. For a second, I thought 60 was coming out. I was about to say. All right, you guys. I think I'm going to be ending the stream here in just a few minutes. I am pretty kind of tired right now. I think this was a good stream. I kind of gave you guys my forecast and everything. Everything looks like to be planning out pretty well. That's everything I can give you guys. I've been live for about 2 hours. I hope everybody enjoyed this live stream. I sure did. Thank you, everyone, for subscribing, liking, and if you guys are new to the channel, once again, please let's get up to 1,400 subscribers. We are almost there. And then we are at 36 likes. Let's get up to 40 likes. That will be a nice goal tonight. And then we'll probably come back in the morning sometime if necessary. I mean, I'm going to try, but I think this might be the last live stream before the event, and then a lot of shorts coming after that. Long day ahead of us. A lot to deal with. A lot to deal with. A lot to deal with, for sure. And then we'll have to wait and see on that. Okay, this live stream was great. I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you. I'm going to be ending the stream in just a moment. Thank you, everybody. Peace out. Have a great night. Thank you.